Good morning, my sisters in the Lord. You that you are faithful in your marriage. You that believe in God and hope for God to make your marriage work. You that you are asking question. As a Christian, can I come out of abusive marriage? Should I continue to cover my husband up? Or should I continue to cover my family so that I will not be put to shame in the public or I will not be put to shame in the church? Hear me and hear me well. Enough. The Bible makes it to understand that when a marriage is abusive, we can quit. We can leave the marriage. It's not for fidelity purpose. It's not for adultery purpose. But for us to be able to live and fulfill our destiny. I want to answer the question. Can I stay in abusive marriage or can I leave? 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 3 says, the wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. But if husband is dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only the Lord. It is clear the plan of God for us and our marriage is to be together till God drew us apart. Husband and wife can stay together if they obey the law of God. That is, if they live in peace and harmony together. Not a marriage with assault, not a marriage with beating, not a marriage with abusive activity. Corinthians chapter 7 verse 34 says, the difference also between wife and a virgin. The unmarried men are care for things of the Lord, that she may be holy in body and spirit. But one that is married care for things of the world, how she may please her husband. This is the word of God. That is, when we are in marriage, what husband is to strive at is how to please the wife. And what wife should put in mind is how to please the husband. We should put that in mind. What do we call abusive marriage? How can you know that your marriage is abusive? And when is the time for you to leave? When you are perceiving that this marriage is no longer working. 1. A marriage is abusive when your husband is not ready to please you. Physical, spiritual, psychological, emotional, financial, and sexually. It is becoming an abusive marriage. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1 says, now concerning the things whereof you wrote unto me, it is good not to touch a woman. I repeat, it is good not to touch a woman. What does that Bible verse say? Do not touch a woman. Do not forcefully have sex with a woman. Do not forcefully have sex with a woman. If your man in the marriage is forcing you every day to have sex with you, the marriage is abusive. Do not beat your wife. That is the meaning of do not touch. Do not slap, do not kick, do not battle, do not strike your wife. Do not touch your wife. Do not assault your wife. Verbal or other means. Do not assault your wife. Do not torture your wife in any way, either physical, emotional, psychological. Do not torture your wife. This is what Bible says. Say, do not touch your wife. What is the characteristic of a good man in marriage that you can stay with, that you can endure with? 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2 says, a bishop then must be blameless, of the husband with one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, that give to hospitality and opt to teach. that Bible verses is telling us that a husband that is good must be vigilant. Vigilant means to be able to look upon the wife, the children, the family, to know what is going on in their life and care for them. He must be sober. That is, he must have a low temperament, not a husband that is very high in temperament, any little thing, bah, whoa, slap the wife, slap the children, shout anyhow. It must be good in hospitality. That is, it must be caring husband. A caring husband, care for the wife, care for the children. They find what they will eat. They see to their welfare. They see to their well-being. They know when their children is sick. They know when their wife is sick. They know when their wife is happy. They know when their wife is not happy. And ought to teach. That is, they are ready to learn. They are ready to learn and continue to learn in the house of God. Any marriage seminar, anything they see that can make their marriage work. If wife bring opinion to the family, they are ready to learn. They are ready to learn from those that have married that give them advice about how to live their life in the marriage. These are the people, these are God's husband that you can endure with. Because marriage is not a bed of roses. It has up and down. But when you have a marriage and the husband is not ready to cooperate with you, to listen to you, to talk with you, if any issue happens, you cannot settle it, then that marriage is not a good marriage. It's becoming an abusive marriage. In abusive marriage, a good husband also is the one that rules his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. That is, he have total control of his house, not by beating, not by shouting, not by anger, but by way of discipline, by way of show example, by way of interacting and communicating in the family. These are good people, good husband you can bear with. If things are not even moving well, a husband that have a ear to listen, you can endure with that man. Because you know, with time, things is going to change. A man that is not lazy, with time, things is going to change. You can endure. But what are the husbands that you cannot endure? These are husbands that are abusive in nature. Their character, their attitude, they are so abusive. You will know them. By the time you live 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years with a man, you know the kind of person he is. According to 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 3, he says, not a man to a wine, nor a striker. A striker means a man that punch, that kick, that fight, that beat woman or children. Not a greedy or foldy lucre. What does that Bible verse say? Say, when a man is a drunkard, he can become abusive. He can beat you when he's drunk and come home. A striker is a person that kick, that punch, that fight. When you see that your man is begin to kick, to fight, beat you, today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and he refuses to change, you know you are in abusive relationship. You are in abusive marriage. You need to find your way. When your man is greedy and selfish, all he knows is himself. There's no consideration for the wife. There's no consideration for the children. It's only me. A greedy man. He doesn't know whether you eat or what he knows. Hey, where is my food? He doesn't know whether you are ready to have sex or you know, hey, don't to be the bed, I need to have sex with you. You know it's abusive relationship. Covetousness. A man that is covetous will never want his wife to be higher than him financially. Whatever you have, he will be want to have everything. He will be claiming, I'm the husband. Whatever you have is, I am the owner. You are When is the appropriate time for us to leave the abusive marriage? 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 10. And unto the married I command ye not, but by the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband.